Tonight's story isn't about a murder that started with rage. It started with a secret so small it could have died quietly, if only she hadn't lied one more time. This is the case of Lena Hart, the wife who thought she could outsmart everyone, including her own husband, until her web of lies finally snapped. On the outside, Lena and her husband, Marcus Hart, looked like a success story. They lived in a quiet neighborhood in Riverfield, Oregon, in a tidy blue house with trimmed hedges, matching cars in the driveway, and smiles that convinced every neighbor their marriage was flawless. But behind those closed doors, Marcus worked long hours as a financial analyst, sometimes pulling 14-hour shifts. Lena, she worked from home as a freelance photographer, though nobody actually saw her take pictures, and Marcus never suspected anything until the night he came home early. It was a rainy Thursday in November. Marcus's meeting got canceled, so he arrived home at 5:45 p.m. He expected to find Lena cooking dinner. Instead, he found 2 wine glasses on the counter, still warm, and Lena, flushed, startled, claiming she just had a friend over. But the biggest red flag? Lena was dressed like she was going somewhere, not staying in. A red dress, high heels, curled hair, for a quiet night alone. Marcus didn't confront her. Not yet. He simply noticed. And once you notice the first lie, you start finding all the others. Over the next few weeks, Marcus started paying attention. Lena took long photo shoots that ended at strange hours. She guarded her phone like it was a bomb. She suddenly cared about passwords. But the real crack appeared when Marcus installed a new home security app and discovered that his wife had disabled the living room camera every Tuesday between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Every Tuesday, same hours, 3 weeks in a row. Marcus's stomach dropped. Rather than confront her, he made a decision that would change everything. He pretended to leave for work, then circled back. And what he witnessed was the beginning of a crime even he didn't see coming. At 2:13 p.m., just like clockwork, Lena opened the door to a tall man in his 40s. Marcus watched from his car, parked 3 houses down. The man wore a leather jacket, confident, relaxed, like someone who'd been there before. They hugged, not a friendly hug, a familiar, intimate hug. Then they went inside, and the camera, the one Lena always disabled, went black. Marcus felt his world tear open, but instead of running in and confronting them, he stayed still. He needed proof. He needed to understand what he was actually dealing with, because something about this man felt off. That night, Marcus followed the man's car and took a picture of the license plate. A quick online search revealed his name: Daniel Ross, age 41, unemployed, arrested twice for fraud, no known address. Marcus's heart sank. His wife wasn't cheating with a coworker or an old college friend. She was cheating with a criminal. And whatever Daniel wanted, it probably wasn't love. Marcus hired a private investigator. What came back chilled him. For months, Lena had been secretly transferring small amounts of money from their joint savings. Not enough to flag the bank, but enough to total nearly $18,000. Where did it go? Straight to Daniel Ross. Marcus finally understood. This wasn't an affair. This was manipulation, blackmail, or worse, a plan he wasn't supposed to see. On December 14th, Marcus got a phone call from the PI. Marcus, Daniel Ross is planning something. You need to come home. Now. Marcus sped home, heart pounding. When he pulled into the driveway, Daniel's car was already parked outside. But something felt wrong. The house was too quiet. The front door slightly open. Marcus stepped inside and heard Lena crying. But not normal crying. Hysterical, breathless, terrified. He ran into the living room and froze. Lena was on the couch, hands shaking, mascara smeared across her face. Daniel stood in the corner, pacing, furious. He wasn't there for romance. He was there for money, a lot of it. He turned to Marcus with a cold smile. Perfect timing. You're going to help your wife finish what she started. Lena broke down completely. She confessed everything. She never meant for the affair to continue this long. It started as a fling. But Daniel had threatened her, said he'd expose her to Marcus, her family, her online clients. Every week, he demanded more money. But now he wanted everything: their savings, the house, and access to Marcus's financial accounts. Marcus tried to stay calm, but in the corner of the room, he noticed something. Daniel wasn't alone. He had brought a gun. What happened in the next 20 seconds would later be debated for months online. Marcus tried to negotiate. Daniel refused. Lena tried to calm Daniel down. Daniel shoved her away, and the moment he took his eyes off Marcus, just for a second, Marcus lunged for the gun. A struggle, a shout, flash. A single gunshot echoed through the entire neighborhood. Daniel collapsed. Lena screamed. Marcus stood frozen, shaking with the gun in his hand. But one detail would later make investigators pause. The gunshot hit Daniel in the chest, not during the struggle, but at a clean downward angle, almost like someone else fired it. Police arrived within minutes. Lena clung to Marcus, sobbing, insisting it was self-defense. She said Daniel was violent, dangerous, that he threatened their lives. But detectives had questions. If Daniel had been extorting her for months, why hadn't she called the police? Why hide the affair? Why transfer money quietly? And why did the angle of the bullet imply the shooter was standing over him? Marcus insisted he struggled for the gun. But when detectives asked him if Lena could have pulled the trigger, he froze. Because deep down, he wasn't sure what happened in those final seconds. And Lena? She said nothing, just stared at Daniel's body. Too long, too quietly. 2 weeks later, detectives uncovered something shocking. Lena had purchased a life insurance policy, not for Marcus, but for herself. And Daniel Ross was listed as the beneficiary. The affair wasn't just emotional or financial, it was a plan. Lena and Daniel had been preparing to run away together, with insurance money, stolen savings, and everything they could extract. But at the last minute, Lena panicked. She wanted out, and Daniel didn't. It all came to a head that night, and detectives believe that when Daniel tried to force her to continue the plan, Lena snapped first. Not Marcus, but because Marcus confessed to the struggle, investigators couldn't rule out self-defense. In the end, the case was closed as justifiable homicide. But Riverfield never believed that. Not for a second. Lena moved out 3 months later. She told friends the trauma was too much. She claimed she needed a fresh start. But the real reason, Marcus had found her phone, and on it, a message draft she never sent. A message to Daniel. If Marcus finds out, we'll say you forced me. He'll protect me. He always does. Marcus never confronted her. He simply packed her suitcase, left it on the porch, and locked the door. To this day, nobody knows whether Lena meant for Daniel to die, or whether she simply played both men until the game got too dangerous. One thing is certain. In Riverfield, Oregon, people still whisper about the wife who lied about everything, until one lie finally killed a man.